What is up YouTube, JC Gaming here, and today we're going to be talking about gaming accessories. Keyboards, controllers, headsets, all kinds of stuff can help you improve your gaming experience. But oh my goodness, what is that? You ever been playing Wii Sports and then you're like, yes, making my controller look like a racket will surely improve me. Throughout the years, there's been a lot of consoles and a lot of great experiences coming out, but with them have come a lot of strange accessories, to say the least. Starting off with the PlayStation mouse, because I needed the utmost of accuracy when playing My Disney Kitchen. On December 3rd, 1994, Sony released the PlayStation mouse for the PlayStation. It was mostly used for point-and-click games like XCOM, first-person shooters like Quake 2. Honestly, I could actually see this because there's probably a lot of console players out there that want to play with mouse and keyboard. And nowadays you can't really do that. You pretty much have to use a controller. But it wasn't much of a success because there wasn't really that much game supported for it. And not really anyone's using a mouse and keyboard on a console nowadays, are they? Next up is the Sega Activator, inspired by the Lightheart made by Asaf Gurner. It was an octagon-shaped device that laid on the floor and tracked the player's IRL movements using infrared light beams. Surely this can't go wrong. Yo, my dude, what are you? Man, finally I got rid of him. I was trying to get rid of him and his Sega Activator forever. It was actually supported by some pretty big games like Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter, but as you can imagine, it didn't quite live up to what Sega wanted it to be. So in order to make an input, you would have to make a specific motion towards a specific button, and that made it very hard to play. And that wouldn't be very good for those kind of games, that are pretty competitive. In the end, its high cost of $80 at the time, its inaccuracies and other faults pretty much made it a failure. And surely would never see something like it again. How about instead of spending all day talking about gaming accessories, we just go outside and do some fishing? Well, why would I do that when I got this bad boy? The Dreamcast fishing rod was a motion controller designed for, fishing games, as you could have guessed. However, it was also able to be used as a motion controller in other games like Soul Calibur. Honestly, it kind of seemed like it was a predecessor to the Wii Remote, despite it being designed mainly for fishing games. So I guess you can kind of call this a success? I mean, kind of. Sometimes you're just too good at a game and your skills are too much. So you gotta make the game as annoying and as hard as possible. Introducing the LJN Rock'n'Roller for the NES. As the box says, it was the radical action controller for all your Nintendo games that should become the directional control pad. It was pretty much just like a balance board with bumps on it that made you have to put shoes on, or else it would feel like stepping on a whole bunch of Legos. To use it, you'd have to plug in the board and the controller and use the board to control your controller at the same time, press the buttons on a normal controller. Honestly, what was the point of this? I mean, why would anyone use this instead of a normal controller? I'd imagine it'd be pretty hard to balance on it just by itself, let alone actually controlling the characters with it in game. Well, as you can imagine, this thing failed due to working very poorly, despite it being compatible with all NES games. And last but not least, the one and only EyeToy for the PlayStation 2. The EyeToy was released on July 4th, 2003 in Europe. It was a webcam used with the PS2 to play games using motion control, color detection, and also sound detection through its built-in microphone. It was actually also compatible with the PS3, and you could even use it on PC with some drivers installed. Can't really imagine the quality would be good enough for a YouTube channel though. But you never know. It was one of the first accessories that allowed people to control the game with their physical movements. And it actually even played a significant role in the development of PlayStation Move. As a developer said, this was actually one of the more successful weird accessories, as it sold 2 million units in Europe and 400,000 in the US by the end of its first year, and 10.5 million copies by 2008. Nevertheless, this form of gaming never really took off, as we can see in the latest examples of the newer PlayStation Move and the Kinect for the Xbox. Well, over the years there have been some weird gaming accessories released, and these are just a few of the hundreds that have been released. Well, that's all I have to say. So if you enjoyed the video, leave a like. Don't mess with me or my Sega Activator ever again.